pretty for the camera. We're off to the Grand Canyon, and we're up here near Flagstaff. The scenery has changed already. You can see a lot of pine trees, and it is just beautiful up here. We were up here last year whenever we escaped the heat of Camp Verde. Remember that?
Yeah. So you just that little elevation climb and you get all these pine trees.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. We're a little disappointed to be leaving Sedona now. It was just getting nice. The sun finally came out, and it's supposed to be nice all this next week, but we are headed to the Grand Canyon, so you know, that's
no complaints there.
Yeah, no complaints at all. We should be there maybe a couple hours, so can't wait to get there and get set up and see the canyon. All right, we just filled up with water at the Cameron Trading Post, Cameron, Arizona. Now we're heading west on 64 towards the Grand Canyon. We'll be heading this way for about 25 miles, and there's a fire road that we're going to look for.
You know the best thing about this
What's that?
is that we have this yard. We have no upkeep.
Yeah, that is a good thing.
I don't have to mow. I don't have to shovel snow.
It's pretty sweet.
It is.
It's a nice campsite, right?
It is.
Want some bad news?
We have no cell service.
No, that's not the bad news. The bad news is we're on the wrong side. Like it said that the east entrance is closed to the Grand Canyon.
Right? We're on the east.
It's actually, yeah, this 64, Route 64, that leads up to...
Yeah, it's closed.
Yeah, it's closed.
Yeah, I kept seeing those signs.
Grand Canyon South Entrance Station. It says 19 miles.
Yeah, but you have to go through the east entrance to get to...
To get to the south entrance?
Yeah.
Well, that's stupid.
Yeah. Typically, you could just go through. It wouldn't be a problem, but...
Why do you have the south entrance if you have to go through the east entrance to get to it?
We've made a major tactical error. You know how long it takes to get there to the south entrance from
It's
here?
147 miles or something.
It's like, yeah, 2 hours and 30 some minutes. That's why no one's out here.
Because everything in the Grand Canyon's closed.
Because the east entrance is closed. That's why we have this whole place to ourselves out here. There's no one here. And this is why. This is why you have to do your research, I guess. Oh, crap. Now what? I guess we're not going to the Grand Canyon.
Do a day trip.
That's a long ass day trip. We're not moving. There's no way. We're not going to go all the way back up around. I mean,
Right.
Just think how long that would take, because we got to go to Lone Rock Beach after this, and in order to get to the wave, that's our
Right.
goal. We have
tickets.
Yeah, we've got tickets for the wave. If you don't know what the wave is, look it up online. We're not going to miss that. So we'll figure something out. But yeah, we're not moving.
Are we only staying 2 nights?
Yeah, just 2
Okay.
nights.
Hey, I'm not in a cubicle.
That's right. Yep.
I mean, I could spend the freaking 2 days here.
Well, heck yeah. It's awesome. And check this out.
We're actually in the Grand Canyon National Forest.
Are we?
Yeah, we're actually in the Grand Canyon.
Kaibab National Forest.
Kaibab National Forest. We're actually in the Grand Canyon.
All right, look at this. We Google lensed this to find out what this was. Well, here's like part of a skull here. And we Google lensed this right here. Look at that. That is wild boar. So we have wild boar around here. We saw a deer on the way in too. So maybe we'll see some wildlife around here, huh?
Watch what you ask for.
Yeah, exactly.
I got wild is all I got right here.
There.
Right there.
Well, Ann did some research and she found that the east entrance is closed because it's on Navajo Nation land and it's closed due to COVID.
That's why there's nobody here.
That's why there's nobody here. Yep.
That's your first clue.
We've got the place all to ourselves. So if you're running into that situation where you get somewhere and you're like, wow, we got this whole place to ourselves. It's so quiet.
There's a reason why.
There might be a problem. Oh well, I guess it pays to do your research, right? All right, guys. Well, we'll see what we get into tomorrow. All right, we found an alternative plan today. We're going to go to Sunset Crater National Monument. We're actually backtracking a little bit to go back towards Flagstaff. The crater looks cool though, doesn't it? Did you look at anything online?
I didn't look at the crater.
No? Jackie doesn't do any research. She just wants to be surprised whenever we go out to these things. So, how about you? You saw some stuff online, didn't you?
I did. It looks pretty cool.
Yep, cool. What about you, Frank? He's ready to go. Let's go into the visitor center, see if we can get some information. Do you have any particular pamphlets? I think we already have that one.
Yeah, I got the general park map. We have like a little trail guide if you're interested.
Yes, definitely.
Cool.
Thank you. Lots of snow on the ground, but it's t-shirt weather. It's over 60 degrees here. These pine trees are beautiful, and you just smell the scent of pine in the air with all these pine trees.
Look at this one. It's towering above all the others.
Which, oh, that real big one there. Wow,
This
yeah.
one opens up and towers above everybody.
That is, it's huge. Look at that bark. That is so cool.
Am I in your way?
Wow. I'm assuming that's the lava field, or one of them. That is just amazing. You can see the crater right up there in between the trees there, that indentation at the top of the mountain. We're starting to get some really nice views of the lava field now.
Was that the mountain up there?
Yeah, that's the mountain right there.
On
Yeah, see
the
the
shorter side.
indentation up there?
Yeah. That's the crater.
Yeah, that's the crater right there.
Okay.
Crazy to think that all this came from way up there and it continues on way back that direction.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah, isn't it? You can just imagine the size of the eruption and the force of the explosion that would cause all this. And you can see just how big these pieces are right here. They're huge. And those were most likely the bombs that they're talking about that flew up from that 1,000-foot volcano, flew up into the air, solidified, and then came and landed all the way over here. I mean, just imagine that scene. And then the smaller pieces would be the cinders, these chunks like that. Apparently we're in the middle of a volcanic minefield, the San Francisco volcanic field. It says there's volcanoes all around here. But I'd have to say this is a pretty good substitution for the Grand Canyon, right?
Yeah.
Not too bad. What do you think, Ann?
Oh, yeah, I like it.
We're on our way back north, back to our campsite on Route 89A, and we saw this place right here. And it's just amazing what you find out here along the roadside. Yeah, this is an old hotel building, and Ann was saying this is the Painted Desert Project, and the artwork is by these different people here. So much better than just letting this completely rot, and you know, obviously it's an old hotel building. Let's go check it out a little bit closer. Looked like there were some rooms up here that were open, even where you can actually go in. So check it out. Actually, the carpet doesn't look too bad. Even still some drapes, old chairs, desks. So it really doesn't look like that old of a hotel or motel. I wouldn't doubt that some people have been sleeping in here. Definitely some people partying in here. Got the Bud Light. Yeah, I'd love just like stopping at places like this along the highway, get to explore a little bit and see things that you normally wouldn't see in the places that we live. So this is all spray painted. Those other murals over there, they look like they were probably like a decal. I like it. Much better than a trashy old hotel building. Join us next week when we travel to Lone Rock Beach in Page, Arizona, visit Horseshoe Bend, and kayak to Antelope Canyon.